Hey, welcome to an episode of His and Hers Gen X podcast with me, Chad.
And me, Cristina.
Sorry we're a few days late. Things happen.
Life happens.
Yeah. Anyway, this is, I guess you could call this a mutual pick or whatever.
Neither of us had ever seen this.
Yeah. We're talking about the Star Wars holiday special, not the Christmas special, the holiday special.
Yeah, they keep calling it a Christmas special. They don't celebrate Christmas.
I know.
They're not Christians.
Like it came out, around Christmas of 78, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Star Wars movie came out in the spring of 77, and then this was like a year and a half later, but then it was still, Empire Strikes Back didn't come out until 1980, so.
Yeah. This was released to sell toys.
Yeah, and to hold people over for 3 years.
Yeah. So it was a moneymaker, toy-wise.
It's fun. I'm trying to think back, like, I cannot for the life of me remember anybody talking about this. I mean, because I was still like a baby when this came out, basically.
Yeah, I was a newborn.
But I don't even remember like hearing about it until probably like the late 90s or something.
I didn't know it existed until my friend Ryan told me about it. She's like, "Have you ever heard of it? It's terrible." And that's the only way I've ever heard of it. But prior to that, I didn't know it existed.
Was that recently or?
Pretty recently, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so like I don't remember anybody talking about it, which is funny because like I was a big Star Wars nerd as a kid in the 80s and 90s. And the only time I remember anybody talking about it was like when Nostalgia Critic, like in his earlier years, like in the early 2010s, he did a review of it, and like that was like the only way to see it. And then we watched it on YouTube. I'm surprised Disney or whoever owns the rights to it hasn't taken it down, but it's not like you can buy it in stores or anything.
I think that's why they haven't come for it very aggressively. You can't. It's not on Disney Plus, which everything Star Wars pretty much is, and you can't purchase it like you said. So there's really no way for them to profit off of it. So that one person that got the streaming.
Yeah, maybe it's like the only thing in the Star Wars universe that when George Lucas sold it to Disney, it didn't come with it, because this was produced by CBS.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it was a lot of the writers and actors from the Carol Burnett show. It was like Harvey Korman's in it. Harvey
Korman.
Yeah. And B. Arthur, who I didn't really know much about B. Arthur until the Golden Girls. I know she was on Maude in the 70s.
She was big on Maude during that time.
I've never seen that show.
And she always plays B. Arthur, the sarcastic character.
Yeah.
It's the same with this one. Like, she runs a bar full of aliens.
That's supposed to be the cantina from the original Star Wars.
Yeah, I guess she owns the cantina.
Yeah,
she's the kind of woman you wouldn't mess with. I mean, I guess the aliens kind of ignore her, but still, she can hold it down on her own. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she was in that, but no Carol Burnett.
Oh, and Art Carney.
Yes. And when you said it was a variety special, I was thinking 70s, like the Brady special and Sonny and Cher. I thought it was going to be live, like in front of an audience with musical numbers or something.
So you had really no idea like going into this?
Nothing. I've never even watched it to make fun of it,
until we watched it last week.
And I was saying, I have a feeling it's going to be campy, and I love camp.
We should watch the Adam West Batman then.
Yeah, and this was campy, but it was really boring.
Yeah, it was definitely campy, but yeah, like you said, pretty boring, and also just grating.
Yeah, there's a lot of points, that are just really irritating.
Every scene goes on long. So
it starts with Chewbacca's not even there. It's his ugly family in their ugly house.
I guess all the Wookiees are ugly, They're basically just bears.
But his dad's named Itchy.
Yeah.
And he has no teeth. Like he
has no overbite. Yeah.
He's got that
or the underbite.
When you're toothless kind of thing. His wife, who I don't remember her name.
Mala.
Yeah. And then his son Lumpy.
Yeah, I love how two of the characters have just like these American nicknames, like they're in a street gang or something.
Yeah, so if Chewie's Chewbacca, maybe Lumpy is Lumpaka and Itchy is Itchbaka or something. I don't know.
They could have made a point of saying that, like his real name is like has some kind of long name. They just call him that for short.
Yeah, because Itchy, he didn't seem itchy. I don't know. It was just 10 minutes of and
Yeah.
grunting.
Yeah, it was so weird because when we were watching it, I was like, I'm surprised there's no subtitles, and I was just wondering, like, maybe just the copy we had, like, just didn't have it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
We watched all these, behind the scenes, did you know, videos about it, and they said, nope, that's how it was. There was no subtitles. It's just but I mean, you could kind of tell what was going on from, it's like, what's the kid's name? Lumpy.
Lumpy.
Yeah, he's like a little kid, and he's kind of bratty. He's like not getting his way. Like the plot revolves around like Han Solo and Chewie trying to get back to his planet for Life Day. I never remembered if it was Light Day or Life Day, but it's like their Christmas,
Yeah, Life Day. So he's just trying to get home to his family, and she keeps looking at his picture, and she's like, sad.
She said. I thought it was
10 minutes of that.
It was hilarious though. Like the picture, like she's looking at a picture of Chewie, and I think I read this in my notes. It's like you're looking at somebody who's like in the Navy or military, like their picture like with the flag behind them.
Yeah,
that's how it is. Like he's a soldier in their military. Basically.
Yeah, he's got like that sash on, the checkered sash.
Yeah, that's funny. That's they turned that into a toy, and it's like an action figure holder. Like you would put the action figures in that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's supposed to do in the actual movies, like what he actually uses it for. Like he has his gun is like a crossbow, but it shoots lasers.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
I mean, this is like a low budget Star Wars.
Well, they gave it $1 million budget, which is a lot for the time.
$1 million?
Yeah, like actually some of those effects were, considering the time, they're kind of impressive. So it's like
the cartoon was good.
Yeah, like they were showing, like they had the same chessboard, like they had the Millennium Falcon, and they have like holograms like dancing on it.
That's
so you can
true.
tell it's like
Those
clearly
effects.
green screen kind of thing.
But then things like, the Chewbacca Wookiees, they just looked really shitty. Like, the costumes looked cheap because it was filmed on tape, I guess.
Yeah, the whole thing, it's odd, because it's shot on video. Mm-hmm. And it's just so weird. Like, that's the magic of movies is the magic of film. Like when like if we had like a blurred background here, which is kind of cool what you can do in the new iPhone, the portrait mode.
Oh, yeah.
Make anything look like it's from a movie. Just all you do is blur the background.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird when you're seeing like Han Solo doing Han Solo stuff, but it's like on VHS or whatever, in a TV studio and not, like on film. I'm surprised they didn't just have like an audience with a laugh track.
That's what I was expecting. Mm-hmm. But I don't think an audience would have sat through that. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine them sitting through 10 minutes of just the Chewbacca's doing their gurgling thing?
Yeah, like they probably would have started, like the laughs would have just like started, like they would have went from laughs to just like random chuckles here and there.
Yeah.
Like, that's like everything on like Simpsons or, like when something's not funny, it's always like silence and you just hear somebody like way in the back coughing,
Yeah.
That's what probably would have happened.
There were some groaners. On Chewie's family, can we talk about the toothless grandpa, Chewie, sitting in a chair?
Itchy.
Itchy.
No. Yeah, so he has like this, like, I guess it's kind of like their equivalent of like a virtual reality.
Yes.
Like a meta goggles. Although it's kind of cool, they kind of predicted the future there.
Yeah, they did. Some things did.
Mm-hmm. And he watches this video of Diane Cannon, and every review I've ever seen of this, we've all said the same thing. Like, this is basically, it's like this really weird, like almost erotic softcore porn. I mean, obviously there's no nudity or anything, but it's just like this woman, she's just like, I'm your fantasy, and she's just like moaning.
Yeah, and you can tell he's like excited about it because he's just sitting there squirming.
I know, he's like rocking back and forth, and
yeah, I didn't know anything about that, and my first impression was, oh my god,
it's really creepy.
Yeah, why else would he be watching her? I guess to hear her sing.
Yeah, because later they have a video with Jefferson Starship, but I forget if he's like watching that. I forget how they showed it. Like if it was on TV. It's funny. He's like, their house has a TV in it, just like any other house.
Jefferson Starship. So the guy that breaks into their house from the Empire. Mm-hmm. which Chewie had terrible security on this house. They
Yeah.
came in and harassed his whole family. Like, that was crazy. But it was like a little hologram thing. So he was able to play a tiny concert inside of this box, and he watched every second of it.
Oh yeah,
That's
like one of the Imperial officers or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they know that's Chewie's house. Like they're staying there waiting for him. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's like, they get like a hologram thing like in the mail or something.
yeah.
Like Art Carney's like this human side character. He's a salesman of some sort.
He's friends
Yeah,
with them.
Yeah, he's friends with them.
Yeah.
It's like making it's very sitcom-y, just like these kind of, puns and jokes like why the long hairy faces,
The long hairy
Yeah.
faces.
This whole thing, it's funny cuz like there was an animated short in there.
Which was the best part, honestly. I liked that cartoon.
It was interesting to watch, but like the actual animation was like ugly as hell,
It was,
it's like
but
super low budget. It's like some guy drew it on a napkin.
but I felt like it was the only time this thing had a plot. Was in that little cartoon. There was a plot.
Yeah.
And the rest of the movie had no plot. They just bounced around from vignette to musical number to it was weird.
I mean, if it had been legit funny, like I think that could have worked, or like if it had been like bands or musicians that stood the test of time, maybe,
Yeah.
like maybe they got Queen or Led Zeppelin or Pink, somebody like that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's,
Yeah.
and then when they actually played the Jefferson Starship music video, the quality was so I couldn't make out what the guy was saying.
No, and he sucked.
Yeah,
He wasn't hitting the notes right. I don't know if they just recorded them in a box or something and put it on the movie, but it sounded like it hadn't been finished.
yeah, it was I don't
rushed.
so much blame the band as the production, whoever filmed that and did the sound and all that.
Yeah, because like I was probably expecting them to fix the sound in post production, and they didn't.
Had that kind of early 80s music video like cuz the microphone is like a glowing pink. There's like lots of glowing neon stuff.
Yeah.
It looks kind of cool, it has like that 70s 80s vaporwave kind of vibe or
Yeah,
whatever.
it was definitely a music video of its time with the
Yeah.
fluorescent lights and the effects.
Like Dire Straits,
Money for Nothing.
yeah, kind of like that. Although it's funny, is like that came out like almost 10 years after this,
Yeah.
probably 6 or 7, something like that.
Yeah, this was late 70s, so like night tracks
Mm-hmm.
instead of MTV.
Yeah. Yeah, so I did think that, even though this is like, it's definitely bad. Everybody says it, like nobody legit likes this movie, or I don't know, is it really a movie? It's not really a movie, I guess.
It's a special.
Yeah,
It's a TV special.
I didn't realize it was so long, so when we pressed play, it was like, what, 80, 90 minutes?
90 minutes.
It was probably 2 hours when it was on TV, and they just cut the commercials out.
Yeah, it felt very long.
There was no reason for it to be that long. They could have done like an hour. They definitely could have cut that in half.
They could have cut out 8 minutes of the Wookiee footage in the beginning alone. There was just so much. I wanted to like this in a way that's funny, like, but I didn't like it because it was just boring. It was so boring.
Yeah. And if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan,
Do you still like this?
it's not that. I actually think if you're a real hardcore Star Wars fan, I think you actually should watch it just to like appreciate it.
Yeah.
So it's just for like, because everybody always talks about it. It's like you might as well sit down and watch it. If you got 90 minutes to kill.
Yeah, I'm glad I watched it. It's just the one
Yeah.
time would probably be enough.
It's in that weird void where it's like, it's not so terrible that it's funny, like to laugh at it, like some kind of terrible B horror movie, with like a shoestring budget. Like they were actually trying with this one.
I was going to say the actors, even though they don't want anything to do with this now, they showed up. Like
Yeah.
Han Solo,
Yeah, Harrison Ford.
he was acting that
Yeah.
role. He was doing really well. You could tell he wasn't snarking on it. He was taking it seriously. Mark Hamill did well.
Yeah, he looked so bizarre because he
He
had
had a ton of
he had
makeup.
a ton of makeup, and like his hair was really short, and
Yeah.
apparently he had been in a car accident and they had to put tons of makeup on him because he had like a scar or something.
Okay, that makes sense. Now I
Yeah.
feel bad for making fun of him. But it looked like he had dark eyeliner and bronzer on, and I was
Yeah.
like, why does he look weird? I was thinking maybe he just thought, well, I'm famous now. I gotta look like this. But
Yeah, the scenes
okay.
with Luke Skywalker where he's talking to, Lumpy, and or just like because he's like talking to them remotely, like Skype basically.
Yeah.
It's like the Muppet Show, or like Sesame Street, and like if it was, maybe that's what they should have done. They should have just gone full Sesame Street. This is for kids, like where they're talking to little kids, like almost like Teletubbies, or well, I mean that wasn't around back then, but you know what I mean, like
Muppets.
yeah, Muppets.
They could have done a Muppets Star Wars thing and made them into puppets. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, or like they could have like little, which actually they kind of did do about 10 years later with the Ewok movies, that's kind of like what I meant. It's like because the Ewok movies were like little kids were the star, like little were the stars, and they're interacting with the Ewoks.
Right.
That's probably they probably learned their lesson from the Star Wars Holiday Special, and they're like, it's like if we're gonna go in that direction, let's just make it full Sesame Street ish.
Yeah. I wonder.
If you can make a Star Wars for TV, it's shot on video. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know what other option you have other than that, or just do a straight up parody.
I wonder if any other movies probably after this did anything like this, because I think like variety shows. It was the late 70s, so they were probably on their way out.
Yeah.
But they said they could make fun of this or do this because Star Wars wasn't huge yet. It was still only one movie. It had done well, but they didn't know it was going to be like a huge thing.
Yeah. They were trying to, like you said at the beginning, they're
Sell toys.
trying to move toys for Christmas. And just keep it in the public conscious. Like back then, movies would stay in theaters for like months and months and months, or like
A long time.
they go away and come back. They go away and come back for like a year, or like a summer movie, like would come back next summer.
Yeah. But I guess they didn't have VHS then, did they?
Yeah, like home video started like in the late 70s. Actually, it's funny, Laserdisc actually started around then too.
I don't know if most families had that in their house, though.
Yeah,
So
it
maybe
was-
you saw Star Wars and you didn't see it again until VHS came out. So that could be why they were quick to forget about it, maybe. And they had to remind people, here's a holiday special.
I said the animation was awesomely bad.
Yeah, it was. But I did like that there was a plot. And, oh, Boba Fett.
Yeah, this is the first.
The first time.
Yeah, the first appearance of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And I forget which episode it was of our show. I mentioned it was either the episode 0 or first Star Wars. I said Boba Fett. This was his first appearance. That's like he has like this hardcore following.
Yeah.
So like when he turns up in Empire, like he had already kind of had like this, sneak peek cameo a few years earlier in the holiday special. And it's funny because like he starts out as like acting like he's a friend of theirs, and at some at some points, Han and Luke Skywalker are like, "Oh, this is our new friend Boba Fett," And then
Yeah,
like
we
he
trust him.
Yeah, and then he sells him out to the Empire.
Yeah, Boba Fett's not a good guy. And it's like I haven't really. This is the first time he's had a plot. So I guess if you moved or missed the special,
He
you
actually
never knew Boba
Yeah, and
Fett,
he
really.
actually talks because like in Empire he only has like a couple lines.
He's just the costume mainly.
Yeah, but then like in the prequels they come back to that character.
Oh
And
yeah.
then in Mandalorian also they come back to him.
Oh yeah. I haven't
So-
seen those yet, so that's why.
Um,
But it was cool seeing him in the cartoon.
What did you think of the B. Arthur singing scene?
I love B. Arthur as Dorothy. But I mean, it was good. I just didn't see the point. What was the point?
I mean, it's like
Just to have a musical number, I guess.
yeah. I mean, but they also had Jefferson Starship and Diane Cannon singing, and then even Princess Leia sings at the end.
Yeah. I just felt like the Cantina B. Arthur scene went on a very long time.
Yeah.
It was long. But it was good, I guess.
yeah, it's just so bizarre seeing her in that setting,
Yeah.
which makes it actually, it's at least interesting to watch because of that juxtaposition, especially from looking at it from, you know, today's point of view.
Yeah.
I have no idea like what her reputation was back then. So
She was a stage performer, so this was
yeah.
like her thing. She'd done Broadway, so she
Mm-hmm.
was meant to sing. So she probably did it because she could sing on camera.
I said this kind of reminds me of like a lot of those British sitcoms.
Yeah.
Is that like
Um,
if you're gonna do a Star Wars special as a parody of a British sitcom, or if vice versa?
yeah. It's just none of the jokes landed here.
Yeah,
They tried. I
yeah,
mean, there were some good things, like Harvey Korman, is that his name?
yeah,
As the drag queen with the cooking show.
yeah. I think he's supposed to be like a robot or something, or just supposed to be like a. I mean, it's not like he's a drag queen per se. It's just that he's just in that character.
It's a drag queen with 4 arms.
Yeah.
And he does like whip, whip, stir, stir,
Yeah, and
stir.
there's at one point like his wig starts to fall apart. And they
Yeah.
didn't. They just let it go. They didn't like fix it. You know?
Yeah, they're like, leave him alone. He's in his element. He's being funny.
Yeah, I wonder if they just shot everything in one take. Like we.
That could have been how he was.
Like, we
He
don't
might
have-
have been like, you get one take and I'm leaving. But that was very campy. So I did like some of his scenes. There was another scene with him that fell kind of flat, though, where we both were like, was that supposed to be funny? Do you remember what scene that was?
Yeah, like he comes back at the cantina and like he pours a drink in his head, like he's trying to hook up with B. Arthur's character,
Right.
and like I think like that would have worked like as like a cartoon or something. It's funny, he's like the sad, pathetic guy who's just like, oh, you're so pretty. I wish I could, you know, go out with you.
Yeah. There's only like one woman there. So it's just B. Arthur.
Yeah. I did say it was pretty interesting and impressive that they went to all this trouble for something that was only going to air on TV once. You know, like, remember growing up, did you ever watch like TV miniseries? Because those were big deals. They'd be like 2 or 3 parts, and it'd be like, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or, you know, 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
Like a movie, you know, like if you were going to watch it start to finish, it would be like 4 hours. But if you break it up over 2 or 3 nights,
Yeah.
and those were events, you know.
Stephen King did that a lot.
Yeah.
And I heard about Roots, but I was way too young to watch Roots, but that was supposed to be a long one.
Yeah, I've never seen Roots either.
Yeah, but it was like
I
quite
think
a few series.
it's funny because I think the miniseries actually work better with like genre, like sci-fi or horror, like the Stephen King miniseries. Did you ever see V?
No.
Remember V? It was like that. It was actually 2 different miniseries. Like it came out like I forget which year, early '80s. Like it was the first one was like 2 parts, and then it came back a year or 2 later, and they did 3 more parts. Because I remember as a kid growing up, whenever we had spring break, our local Fox affiliate UHF station, they would play all 5 parts of V Monday through Friday, like 8 to 10, and I would always tape those off TV. Like, I'm sure I could get that on Blu-ray or something, so maybe we'll watch that next year.
I don't even know what that's about. I have no idea.
It's like an alien invasion, except it's like a metaphor for like the Holocaust, basically.
Yeah, okay, I'd be into that. We should watch that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's long, but it's pretty breezy.
Okay.
Anything else?
I got some fun facts.
Sure.
George Lucas didn't have a whole lot to do with this because he was working on the second one, Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Okay. And he later said if he could, he'd smash every copy with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
So he's probably the reason you can't really easily watch it. Well, you can watch it on YouTube, but you can't
Yeah.
buy it. And
I know. If I was at Disney, I would. Why not market? You know, why not just beat the bootleggers at their own game?
it's
Yeah.
bad unless he feels like people are buying an inferior product. But I feel like Star Wars people will buy it just to own it.
I mean, it's official. I mean,
Yeah.
So like we were watching some Vox special or something, and they said like this isn't considered canon, like in a lot of the comics and the trade paper or like the paperback novels, and even like to some extent like the video games, they're not really considered like, can't like the actual part of the story. There's basically glorified fan fiction. Although I would say, I would say the sequels, the ones that came out in the last 10 years or so, to me those are basically like fan fiction. And even like the prequels are almost like George Lucas's own fan fiction.
So you're saying Chewie doesn't really have a wife and a son? Because this part is not really part of the whole movie
I know,
series. Like, they don't really exist.
There was so much fan service in the last 3 movies that came out. I'm surprised they didn't, mention it at some point. Like that, or at least, like, they didn't have to actually show the characters. They could have just mentioned them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Chewie, your wife Mala, or whatever Art Carney's character's name was. I forget. Or like they could have had him. Well, I don't know if he was still alive back then, but
I don't know. I don't know if he was or not.
They could have just, because like that's like something like Kevin Smith would do, just like those Easter eggs, that the fan service.
I don't know why they completely disavowed it or disowned it. I mean,
just because they thought it was so horrible.
It's George Lucas. He's
a perfectionist,
very prideful and arrogant in that way, so he would never want anything to do with this, even though he'd make money because he's rich enough.
Why didn't they make toys out of... Like, they could have made a B. Arthur toy.
I would love a B. Arthur doll.
You can get... I know they have the Funko Pops Golden Girls.
I have them. Yeah, I got them.
Those aren't really... That's not the same thing as, like, action figures.
No, but, yeah, they could have made all kinds of stuff, but I guess they didn't. So... But, yeah, I wrote, I would love a box that played me a little concert as long as it's not Jefferson Starship. It's not even, like, the good... Jefferson Starship.
I know there's been 3, because they started out as Jefferson Airplane, and then they became Jefferson Starship, and then it became just Starship.
Yeah, and those other 2 had Grace Slick, and this didn't. This had some dude. It was terrible.
Oh yeah, I remember writing that down because the guitar player, he looked like he was straight from like a metal band, but everybody else looked like they're from a pop band.
Yeah,
and like the guitarist is like going like super hard. He has like super long hair, no shirt on.
Yeah,
he looks like he kind of looks like Kurt Hammett from Metallica.
He did.
Or, like, at some point I was like, wait, is this like a parody? Like, is he, like, are they supposed to be parodying, rock stars? Or is this guy being for real? I mean,
he's for real, and people parodied it later.
Yeah.
Like, they used to be so gacked up. And they would just play for hours. So that's how it was. It was the late 70s.
I had to look up who that person was. I don't know if he's still around or...
Yeah, I don't know what became of Jefferson Starship other than Starship.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
We built
it was
this city
weird.
on rock and roll.
I love Starship, yeah. Sarah. That was it for musical acts.
Yeah, I think of everything that we've reviewed so far, this is like the first that we would probably both give a thumbs down to.
Yeah.
I mean, well, not everything we've watched has been gold. Like even like when we watched Superman, I liked it as a kid, but watching it now, I'm like, it's kind of lame.
Yeah, I didn't like it very much. I think I made that clear. But this is probably the worst thing. Right? This is the worst thing we've watched.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I mean, I can find some really terrible movies if you really want, but...
Well, that's the thing, is I love bad movies.
Well, they have to be...
But...
Like, you mean like so bad that they're good? Like,
yeah, like
super
The Room.
Low budget?
Yeah, low budget, not intentionally bad. But this was just too... There was long stretches of nothingness. That was my problem with it. It went on too long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, yeah.
Cut it in half, I might have enjoyed it. It was just too long and boring. It's boring.
Mm-hmm.
So, thumbs down.
Yeah, but like I said, if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, I think you should watch it just to see. I mean... Yeah.
You should watch it. Meet Chewbacca's family, at least.
Or like, at least if you watch it on YouTube, you could probably put it on 1.5 or 2x speed so it goes by a lot quicker.
That's really not a bad idea. Especially the Wookiee scene. Mm-hmm. Double time that one. It'll go by quicker.
All right, well, I don't know what we're doing next, but...
we have options.
Yeah, you can see I got some new Christmas posters in.
Yeah.
So probably one of these, or I don't even know whose pick it is next time. So I think I'll have to flip a coin.
Would you want to do A Christmas Story? I feel like I'm so tired of it. I know that movie word for word.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, like all these.
Because you got the poster.
Yeah. We'll think if we do, we have to like do it like in a, we have to do something interesting or different about it. So
Yeah, comment below if you have a movie in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to like and subscribe on all the things.
Yep. We're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and every audio podcatcher. Tell your friends. We're getting close to 100 followers on YouTube, and when we hit 100 followers, we'll do a live stream or something.
We can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right, so
All right.
100
Check us
people.
out on my other channel, Chad's Beer Reviews. We're going to do some, oddly enough, we're going to do some whiskey reviews right now.
Whiskey Wednesday.
Yep. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.
See you on the flip side.